All right. Hello, hello. Chat, hello, hello. We're live. We're live. I'm so late. Okay. How do I? Okay, that works. All right, chats. Hello, hello. Sorry for the late start. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into the showcase because it's already started. Here we go. The fuck? Okay, let's turn that off.
Every story begins somewhere.
It's a world that stays with you.
What did you do to me?
Chat, this is a game that I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about it. April 28th. That's not the release date, but they are announcing the release date during this showcase.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Blood of Dawnwalker's most important.
And I'm excited about it.
My name is Dominika, and I'm the community lead here at Rebel Wolves, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host,
what's up, Pixel?
A streamer, YouTuber, and content creator, Lionheart.
Thank you so much, Dominika, and hello everybody. It is so nice to be back here at the Rebel Wolves studio, especially as we have so many amazing things to share with everyone today.
So there's supposed to be 45 minutes to the showcase, along with gameplay footage, which is pretty fucking cool.
Speaking of everyone, of course, that means you.
I don't know how much of you guys know that I love vampires, but I love vampires. So this game is very interesting to me. Did I finish Requiem? I did. I would not have stopped stream had I not.
So, Dominika, can you tell us what?
But yeah,
yes,
pretty fucking cool. I loved it.
Blood of Dawnwalker is the first chapter of a brand new RPG saga created by us here at Rebel Wolves. It's a dark fantasy, narrative-driven, epic adventure set in medieval Europe with a supernatural twist. So you can expect some meaningful stories, a rich open world, tough choices to make, strong characters, and of course, vampires.
You should try Bloodlines 2.
Of the night lurking in the shadows.
Well, they're always
Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines 2.
How about we give you that quick overview of what's happening?
Let me look it up on my phone so I don't interrupt the stream.
Brand new gameplay footage, right?
That's right. A first look.
Is this like the PlayStation 2 game?
On the many cool features waiting for you in the open world of the Blood of Dawnwalker.
Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2. I actually haven't heard of those. Oh, wait, is the first one?
The game has come as we're getting ready for the launch.
Hold up.
Speaking of getting ready for the launch, there is a big thing that you're gonna need, and we are gonna share with you.
No, it's like Vampire. Okay.
Story trailer for the Blood of Dawn.
Yeah, I never.
And it does include one very vital piece.
I never played the original Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines.
Everyone here is waiting for the release date. I just need to keep my lips sealed for a few more minutes.
But yeah, I'll check that out. Thanks for the recommendation.
We won't be keeping you in uncertainty until the end of the stream.
No, we won't tease you forever, but you may think that's already a lot. We have even more coming your way. We're going to be talking about the tech requirements for playing.
I heard from a little birdie that they're going to do a Q&A with the creator, which is pretty cool. One of my friends at Bandai is producing the Q&A section.
A single bit of it. We're also going to be taking a look inside the box of the Blood of Dawnwalker, including the collector's edition of the game as well.
That's a lot of exciting stuff we have been so looking forward to sharing with you. So let's not prolong the intro anymore. Let's jump straight into our newest gameplay.
Let's
video.
go. Let's do
Enjoy.
it. All right, we're not too far behind.
18.
Hi, my name is Ariana Sharkiewicz, and I'm one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. Over the past few months, we've shared quite a lot about the game's story.
Besides YouTube, where else am I
We'll give
streaming?
you a glimpse
Twitch and
the
TikTok.
activities our human by day, vampire by night protagonist Cohen can take on while exploring the open world.
What the fuck? You can climb on walls?
In our vampiric form, heading toward a vantage point to get a better sense of our surroundings.
Damn, you're just straight up Spider-Man, huh?
Reaching a vantage point reveals nearby opportunities and helps us plan our next steps.
Just gorgeous.
Is this Hogwarts Legacy 2? No.
Say they're chock full of
No, it's
monsters.
not.
Village of Malagir.
Could you walk on walls in
Goblin
Hogwarts
family's
Legacy?
land. Malagir Monastery. Its best days are long behind it. I don't think I'll find anything else here.
Let's open them up and check nearby points of interest.
That's a cool map.
Some are tied to Brensis's officers. More on them shortly. Others to hidden mysteries, haunted sites, and shrines used for fast travel, which can also serve as quest objectives. Let's mark one and head there.
I will say this is like one thing that I've really not cared for when it comes to open world games is the like tower
Early in the
system.
game, we can unlock a
I
pet
feel like
that
it ruins
allows
a
us
lot
to
of the
transform
gameplay.
into a wolf and move
I understand.
faster.
Oh shit, you can turn into a wolf.
It's quicker and more agile, though it comes
That's
with
so
some
fucking cool.
limitations. There's also a daytime equivalent, but more on that later.
Wait, shouldn't you be able to turn into a bat?
Someone in trouble.
It looks like we've come across a group in need of
Unless
help.
like there's different
Whether
characters that are
one's a
like
genius
one's a Lycan and one's a.
Both choices can lead to unexpected outcomes. We began with death from above, allowing us to quickly eliminate an unsuspecting enemy and gain the
Okay, so there's like a parry system.
We have incorporated community feedback, and now there is no need to open the skill wheel to select a previously assigned ability. Instead, we can use quick selection.
Anyways, towers as a way to like find points of interest. I understand why it's
Wasn't sure
it's
I'd remember this in
helpful
time.
for players, but like at the same time it's
Bless you.
kind of annoying. The game appears very
For now,
faintly on the
we need to
screen.
recover.
Text overlaps.
As a vampire, we
Okay, hold up.
restore health by feeding. Human blood is most effective,
Text
but in this case,
overlaps.
we rely on animals.
Let
It's
me
less efficient.
see if I can't fix that for you guys.
Feeding increases our corruption level. It's shown next to the health bar at the bottom of the screen. The higher the corruption level, the more vampiric perks are unlocked for purchase. Nearby points of interest
Maybe
are
if
marked on the map and
I
indicated on the compass at the top of the screen.
switch to
Let's head to the shrine. Here's the shrine. Damaged, so we can't use it yet.
Desecrated. Looks like the shrine's missing its heart. But
Is it
maybe I can
better?
restore it. The tracks, they're fresh.
There's a trail.
I may not be able to do much about
Let's follow it.
like TikTok stream. Usually don't like these kind of games. Open world have lots of features, but grinding
A
and
group
giving
of
you
Francis's
headaches.
soldiers has set up
Yeah.
camp. Let's clear them out. Voracious bite
Oh my
allows us to
God.
drink blood from an
He really do be biting.
and gain the upper hand at the beginning of combat. But we're not able to drain this enemy fully as his comrades quickly.
It's very low on the screen. Okay, well, I don't know if I can fix it for this stream, but I'll try to get it.
Piercing shriek to briefly stun the
I'll try to get it
weaker
fixed in the
opponent,
future.
giving us an opportunity
Thanks for the
to take
feedback.
on his commander.
For the
When
TikTok
an enemy
streams.
blocks and interrupts our attack chain, we can use charge to prevent a counterattack.
I do think that like open world games suffer from like this like
Voracious Bite
over
can
trying to
also be
put
used
like
in
content
combat
in
as
that
an
is
active perk, allowing
that
us to
is not
regenerate
necessarily like. Did he just fucking chop his leg off with his hands? I think he did.
With the camp destroyed, our infamy increases. More about this in a moment.
But who knew? Who knew that
Let's collect our loot.
we killed
We found
people?
the shrine's missing card, along with a manual that unlocks a new perk. Precision. Let's open our inventory and head to the recipes.
I'm honestly surprised this is an
As
open
I
world game. I
mentioned,
didn't expect it to be an
manual
open world
unlocks a new
game when I
perk called
first
Precision.
saw it.
Once
So-
you use it, it becomes available in the character tab.
I'm curious to
Let's
see
go.
how open world it is.
The exclamation mark indicates that a new perk is available, but we can't purchase it yet. Perks can only be acquired at a shrine by spending experience points, which are earned by completing objectives.
Okay.
And since we've just finished one, we should be good to go. We've also found the shrine's missing card, so we can now fix it. Let's head back.
You're welcome.
With the heart restored, the shrine is rebuilt. We can now use it. Let's start with the perks menu. In the Swordmaster ability,
Is that not a
we find
well?
Precision.
That looks like a well to me.
As you can see, it costs both experience points and a time segment, indicated by the hourglass icon. Let's learn it. Now let's take a look at the Vrakiri perks. With our corruption level increased and another experience point available, we can unlock new abilities, again marked with an exclamation.
You like this one game? It's not
Corruption
open world, but
level
open
required to
field.
purchase
It's
is indicated in the tooltip on the
no
right side of the
Noah 3? How do you say that? Noai? Nio? It's gotta be Nio.
Time passes.
Nio
as we
3.
acquire
It's
new
very
perks.
fun. Not much of a
Night
grind,
comes to
but
an
challenge.
end, the sun rises, and a
It's
new
a
day
challenge how good you are with the bosses and stuff.
along
Okay.
with a new edict.
I think that's it. That's kind of like Elden Ring-esque, right?
Infamy system we mentioned earlier. Several have already been proclaimed.
I think I remember seeing Nio.
The higher our infamy, the harsher the edicts, and the more challenging the world becomes. It's a sign that Brensis is vigilant and reacts to our actions.
Are those not
with
just
a
vampires?
aura. Infamy reflects how much we disrupt the operations of Brensis's followers. Let's take a closer look at one of his officers, Ambrose. In the right corner of the screen, we can see his level of aggression towards us. When
Okay.
it reaches its peak, a new quest line is unlocked, influencing the story and shaping our future confrontation with Brensis. As you can see, multiple open world activities are
So these are other
tied,
vampires?
all connected to his operations.
So
go
we're
back
fighting
to the
against
map
other
and mark one
vampires.
of them,
Interesting.
And then let's head there.
Eerie Knoll.
We've arrived near one of Ambrose's warehouses, storing blood supplies.
Killed. Go back where you came from. I don't try to restore the order.
Charge is an ability shared between human and vampire forms. This enemy was weak enough to stun them with it.
Oh shit.
The Vrakiri store blood in places like this. Ambrose
Makes my head
is
snap.
responsible for keeping it safe. Oh, but we're not going to make his job any easier. Another group of soldiers stands in our way.
So there's a trespassing system. Interesting. Kind of Assassin's
We open
Creed
with
like.
broad swing to weaken as many opponents as possible. Then follow up with burning blood, which briefly staggers the enemy and applies a damage over time effect.
What do we have here?
The prisoner's fate is grim. Their blood is drained, then stored in places like this, where it awaits distribution to Brensis and his officers.
So it's like the winery of blood. Sylveon, what's going on?
Feels nice. Hitting them where it hurts.
I don't understand what the story is. By watching this, you know the game is going to be very slow. Yeah, I am getting that impression.
With the supplies destroyed, our infamy rises again.
I mean, I definitely
Disrupted Umbris's operations enough for now.
was interested in how like there's a distinction between night and day.
Sight. Earlier we showed you how we can move faster at night by transforming into a wolf.
Like there's
In 3
things you
hours
can
we
do
we
stealthily
can
at
unlock a
night.
box called Mercurial.
And you get your vampire
Haunted
forms
sites
and
are
like
only accessible during the day, as they require blood magic, unavailable in vampiric form, leading them straight
and
to
during the
our
day
monsters.
you do a lot
But
more
also
like
puts our
investigation and like talking to people and kind of like LARPing as a human to like plan out your attacks, which sounds cool on paper.
Could help them somehow.
And from like the footage that they had released so far, so I'm hoping they show some more of that in today's showcase. Is this like a
All of
challenge?
the enemies are nicely grouped together. It's a perfect opportunity to use Ravenous Flock, a perk that damages opponents in an area twice. First on activation, and then in the follow-up attack.
A haunted site. Okay, so that was just the people that have
The
been
enemies are
crucified.
defeated, so let's collect our loot. These
Interesting.
haunted sites may reward us with ancient texts, allowing Cohen to become an even more powerful wielder of magic.
I can have a cross? The hell?
And that's just a brief look at open world activities.
Fuck their shit up, Miss
Often tying back to the
Swimber
main objective
wins.
and opening up new
Swimber
stories
wins.
along the way.
You're gonna turn off your PC and see you next stream, buddy. Have a nice stream. Alright, see you later, Pixel. I think my next stream, I'm probably gonna be checking out this game called Replaced,
Welcome back, everybody.
which
I am
is
so excited
kind of like a
to finally get to
cyberpunk
see more of the game's open world. All those little flavors that you've just got to see. whether that's the shrines that you now
platformer
know about, or the
slash
vistas that
action
open up
adventure
areas on
game.
the
It
map.
looks pretty cool.
It is so cool. And that Brentz's click also.
The
requests
logo
to make that
behind me
part of the
makes me
world
look like I got
attractive.
horns. Oh, I
Yes,
see.
yes.
I see.
Everything you do in the open world influences the story, your story. So you can work your way into breaking up Brancis' network of allies if you want. It comes with some risks, but also, you know, might offer some interesting rewards. So you'll need to decide how to approach that.
Well, I love it when my decisions actually make an impact in a game. I mean, to ruffle their feathers or to not ruffle their feathers. That is the question. And yes, I probably could be more English, thank you for checking. But one thing I did see in there, more important.
He's got a
than
very,
actual
very
skills,
vampire-esque
Cohen
fit.
can turn into a wolf. How cool's that?
I know, right?
I
It
fuck
is
with it.
our nod to the original Dracula novel, and to our team, of course, our wolf pack.
That makes sense. I mean, I now understand why there isn't a horse, and it's great to see a nod to the wolf pack as well. But it isn't the only ability we just got a glimpse of. We saw different vampiric and magical abilities that players can use as well.
Yeah,
So you get-
many
there's
of them
other
can be discovered
forms?
by exploring hidden, mysterious places, finding forgotten books. You can uncover the lost past, learn its secrets, and use those secrets to your advantage.
I really love that the system isn't linear when you're learning skills. It isn't just get experience, get skill point. I'm going to be rewarded for exploring the world.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
feels so cool. I can't wait to go all over Vale Sangora and try and find every single one of them.
I do like
know
that.
You will be doing that, I know. And
You're
it is
technically a
fun,
vampire
trust me.
too. You suck at
Anyway, I
everything.
think it is time for the most important
Bro.
part of today's stream, the Blood of Dawnwalker story trailer. See you on the other side.
That's definitely not true.
Peggy 18.
First shiny of the day. Let's go.
What did you do to me?
Oh, right. So the character was turned into, the main character was turned into a vampire against his will, which is why we're like against vampires in a way.
Jesus. The coronation. It's in 30 days.
So Princess wants to be a prince now. And mark the occasion with my family's blood.
Princess will rip you to shreds.
Fuck, they look.
There might
Strong.
be another way.
We look very weak too.
If you are to stand a chance, you need to prepare. You need to take risks. Find allies.
I have no love for Princess's regime. He is a vile monster.
Some have already taken up arms, haven't they?
A Vrakir joining the rebellion? Are you serious? What on earth are you?
It's as if the Vrakir in you is dormant during the day and awakens with nightfall.
That's so
You're
cool.
not the only one wanting to see Brent's turn to ash. We're in for a rough time. Follow me and do your best to survive.
It's easy to go a step too far. Go down a path you can't.
It doesn't
turn back
make
from.
sense why Quefek is a still fairy.
I think it's high time you tell me what the hell is going on.
In the end, it's every man for himself.
As I see it, we're both far beyond redemption.
Doesn't mean we should kill people on a whim. I'm just trying to save my family.
Good. Bad. Fairy tales. People tell themselves to preserve their sanity.
Are you talking about the like keys Pokemon? I could see the steel part. September 3rd. Okay, so that's our release date.
We're back and we've got the release date.
We have
All right,
the release
September
date,
3rd.
September 3rd. Mark your calendars. It's only 4 months away.
4 months is not a long time. It's going to be here before we know it. And that trailer, it was absolutely packed. I can already imagine everybody screenshotting, going over and analyzing it on Discord and Reddit. I can't wait to read through those later.
There is a lot to unpack there, that's true. And our devs will actually dive a bit deeper into it in a moment as well.
Fair enough. Well, I won't steal their thunder. Remember, that release date is September 3rd, 2026. Don't forget it, write it down. But we have some more information that you might need that you've been waiting for, and that is the technical requirements.
Let's do that. Let's put up that nice infographic made by Mateusz, our amazing graphic designer, and show it to everyone. Okay, so we can see the minimum requirements. That's everything you need to run the Blood of Dawnwalker on your PC. The recommended
Okay.
requirements that we feel will provide you with a great experience, and of course, Ultra for the highest settings.
Of course, and we still have so many other important things to share with you as well, including the contents of the different game editions. But before we do that, I know you want to hear more from those Rebel Wolves devs. So, we're
What's
gonna
up,
see what
Manuel?
they're exploring today.
I'm good, how are you?
Yes, let's give the floor to Daria Berry-Zawada, our lead gameplay animator, and Piotr Kucharski.
Just
our
checking
writer,
out this,
who will tell us more about what you,
this game that's
the player,
releasing in
can expect
September.
to see and do in the open world of
They're doing a showcase talking
There's
about it
also
right now.
Dorota Rutkowska, our producer, and Maciej Wiśniewski, senior level designer, who will give you a bit more insight into how that open world came to life. Okay, guys, take it away.
You're doing great. Good to hear. I'm getting a lot of like Witcher vibes from this game.
Every story begins somewhere. And this time, we wanted to take you on a journey to one of the places that inspired us while creating the world of the Dawnwalker. The majestic Polish mountains.
There is something about this place, its scale and freedom, that makes me think that this is the best spot to talk about our open world.
Yeah, totally. And you can feel a very similar feeling while walking through Vale Sangora, because you can feel the grandeur of the mountains, right?
Of course, and you know, when creating the world, we wanted to make it as familiar as possible, but also distinct. So, you know, the players could really admire it. There is the beauty, and underneath the beauty, there is life, there are mysteries, and of course, there are hidden threats. So day and night, just like playing...
I look fantastic, thank you.
They both offer engaging experiences, but ones that will differ. So we will meet different creatures, different challenges, and of course...
I like that they're grounding it in, you know, in reality.
You bet.
And especially like a place you don't see a lot in media.
It is equally supported both by
or locale, you know.
So there is an explanation behind everything that you will see. For example, there are those little shrines next to the road, and of course there is a narrative explanation behind them. They were erected to resemble Francis, to strengthen the perception of him as the Lord of the Valley.
Yeah, those shrines and some new frescoes and some of those coins that he minted with the coat of his arms. That was brilliant. He did think of everything. And it's interesting with vampires, or Valkyrie as people call them in our game, because they don't care about money, do they?
No,
the only thing that is important to them is the blood taxation.
Exactly. You know, on one hand, they are monsters. They demand blood. They overtook the valley by force. They reshaped religion so it suits their needs. On the other hand, if you look closely, you can say that their rule doesn't really differ much from what the mortal lords before them were doing, before the Valkyrie took over.
Yeah, it is really interesting.
I mean, are they like known vampire lords? That's the thing that isn't clear to me. It seems like they're very obvious about it.
If you have a herd,
like they're not operating in secrecy.
So they want humans to be used properly. They want them healthy, they want them strong, so they need to take care of them, right?
Yeah, it is a very interesting aspect of our open world. Vampires give blood to humans as well, so the inhabitants of the valley, they are healthier. Their children are both stronger. And on the other hand, it raises the question about the morality of this world. To what extent are the monsters really monsters? And you know, to what extent they just introduced a new, different system of ruling.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And those moral ambiguities were really important to us when we were creating this story.
All these moral ambiguities we talked about, they tie into the characteristics.
Damn, this place is sick looking.
In the game, right? And they do have some really cool animations, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. I absolutely loved working on those animations.
Right.
You know, like we actually used one of the former UFC champions because we were looking for an actor who would be perfect for Bakir, the big guy, the big boss who is so big, but he's also agile and quick. So, you know, this guy was perfect. And, you know, he's also a gamer, so he was just a perfect match. He understood the character.
W. I love when they
really
have
awesome
gamers
work together when creating a game. And it's not only about
be like
those,
part of
but also about combos,
the acting or
everything that makes
motion
combat
capture.
really dynamic. And it's especially important when it comes to Cohen and his, you know, dual nature.
Oh yeah, of course. Cohen was the most important character in the game, obviously. So we wanted to make him amazing, right?
Yeah.
And he was a challenge.
So did they like make these effigies that they're showing off
And
and
he is just learning everything. He's not a sword master.
during this walk, or were they just there? Because like, what the fuck?
A little bit of uncertainty in his moves and things like this. Then you start discovering some really cool moves, some combos, and you can start using the claws. You can bite people. How awesome is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all what the gaming is about, right? And it's also about creating a world that is both unique and characteristic, but also feel like it could exist just beside you.
I have to say, I've never experienced a game developer like interview in this format. Pretty freaking interesting.
When we're creating that world of our game, we really wanted to make it feel alive. And
Are they in a
interesting
cave?
by adding a lot of detail. So when you go through the village, you might see a lot of people just sitting in front of their houses and doing some jobs and work. And us animators, we always like to add a little bit of something in there to make it more interesting. So sometimes you might see things like a guy hammering something and he'll accidentally hit his fingers or something. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
What's up,
those
Blake? How's it
details
going?
work really nicely with the environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
And you know, when the players explore the valley, they will find things like letters, like notes, and other traces.
Great
of
to hear.
Things that transpire.
Yeah, we're just
in the area
checking
where
out
Cohen
the
makes his appearance.
Blood of
Meanwhile, for
Dawnwalker
our players to
showcase.
look into every nook and cranny
We have a
of the
release date for
box, they
September
certainly
3rd,
find
2026.
you know, some small stories, items, or
They've already
notes left
done
by people who
some
once lived
gameplay
there.
footage
Yeah.
along with a new trailer that dropped, and then now they're just going through like a developer interview essentially.
And reacts to the player. Sometimes you just walking through the world, you might see people being captured by vampires.
I do really like
Some
this map.
prisoners going around
It's
and
very
you can
stylish.
Attack the vampires and free those prisoners. I think that's awesome.
Oh,
Those
whoa.
actions will have
Did you see that
consequences.
lady?
I totally agree.
I think that's awesome. And those actions will have
Hold up.
vampires and free those
Oh, like, what's going on with her skin? Why is her skin so, like, her face is so dark, but like her like neck is like so bright colored. That's definitely weird.
prisoners. I think that's awesome.
For a second, you
those
thought you
actions will have
tuned into a
I totally
a
agree.
movie
It's all about
turned to 3D
choices and
game.
consequences, right? The simplest example of that would be if a player kills a blacksmith in a village. So the forge, of course, becomes closed, and Cohen
So they were saying that
himself.
they
it's
influenced,
like imitating the real world.
they had
All
influence
the
through
things that
like
you do
real life
will
in
have
parts of Poland.
Yep. And,
And that's
both
why
Cohen
they're
and other players will soon find out that,
kind of doing this like
Bale Sangora
interesting
is
interview
useful.
style. And yeah, it does look
It's
like
also
Witcher
important that we-
Skyrim-ish.
Yeah, I think this is what
That's what I was saying earlier.
In our game, that there's this.
It's definitely got some
contrast.
Witcher influence.
Like on one hand, you have this amazing, beautiful, serene world, and on the other hand, there's this really strong, tough story. There are tough decisions and dark themes. And I think
The
this is just
vampire teeth in
beautiful.
this game is crazy though. Those are like demon teeth. But perhaps that's the intent. Second shiny of the day. A Tink-a-Tink. W. They have chapters of this developer interview? Are these kinds of games your jam? I do fuck with single player games a lot.
Creating a game such as The Blood of Dawnwalker, it's important
They
to
were
make
in a
sure
cave,
that
that's
the
crazy.
open world never feels empty. Every area, every village, every forest should feel like it has life.
But yeah, I played Skyrim.
world should feel rich and
I haven't got a chance to play any of the Witcher games. That is definitely on my list.
I specifically remember the first time I went up to the mountains. in
But I
Skyrim,
really
and
fuck with
saw the Urarti
vampires.
village. It really felt like a completely different place than Vesangora. So close and yet so far away. So familiar, but also so different. And then it started snowing.
And that's another element of creating the real world. The weather, like rain, fog, or as you mentioned, snow.
Yeah. Even though the time of day doesn't move until you make some certain actions,
Oh?
there is still an active weather system.
And the sounds,
Okay, so
the waterfall hitting rocks, singing birds.
it doesn't
grass
dynamically
forest.
change.
It
You
all
just have to
matters for
do
how you
something.
experience the world, and for it not to feel like it's standing still.
Speaking of time,
You don't feel like there's many
Day
single
one,
player
right?
games
Yes,
coming
so
out,
it's
at least from
important to
big
highlight
studios.
that it's not a real
Yeah, it's more rare these
timer
days. It's
or
more rare. Like I would say like there's a lot
It's not
more
meant to frustrate or rush you. In our game, you can
indie
still
studios
explore
taking
the world,
that risk
fight,
than
analyze your build,
bigger
and
studios.
talk with random villagers, and time doesn't move.
But
It is
all
happening.
said,
Like Capcom
in order
releases
to
a
move
lot.
time in a game, you have to reach a certain point of the quest. Or
Square
choose a
Enix
certain dialogue
releases a
option.
lot.
You will always have an indicator of what actions are gonna actually
But
use them and by how
far
much.
more
It's like a
limited than it
resource.
used to be.
You can either pay attention to, strategically picking up quests and control the time, or just go with the flow of the game and let the time pass by.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
resource,
So
a framing device for the narrative and gameplay elements. You already know that Cohen's family has been kidnapped by Francis, and Cohen will have only 30 days to save them. But after that, the game won't end. Just the circumstances will change.
And that's where the world itself comes into play.
this area that they're walking through is so fucking beautiful.
We talked about the weather effects and look at all that snow. But let's not get distracted and talk about the narrative.
Of course, many quests and events aren't just mechanical tasks. They all tell the story. We design the world, so exploration, interactions, and activities all add to the narrative.
Yes, and as players explore, they don't just get to see the world, right? They get to live its stories. And that's when we can finally talk about our newest trailer. It's
Hopefully
not
they
really built from these
did
cinematic
the
moments.
like side quests and
Highlight
stuff
key
right,
story
like in
beats and
Witcher.
emotions we want players to feel.
I've heard Witcher has some of the best like
Triggers,
side
bonds,
quests.
and conflicts with our allies. Betrayals, sorrow, romances, and all the hard decisions affecting Cohen and his family. I do think they play a lot with our emotions, don't they?
And that's what we are striving for, right? This trailer is really unique because this time it's not only about Cohen.
Are they Polish? Yes, they
Family,
are.
Potential allies.
They are.
Other secondary characters for the very first time.
Can you say
And
that
we learn
I'm
some
so
about their
beautiful?
motivations and
Yeah,
agendas.
you can say that. And thank you.
We meet Cohen's family in idyllic, happy scenes. Cohen's love for them is clear, and each member of the family is unique. Lunka, the younger sister, whom he protects. Mirto, the younger brother, still learning about the world. And Janna.
There's definitely like some polished
There's
things
hidden darkness lurking beneath.
Oh yes.
that
Poverty, illness, and other
it makes sense now. Why you see the Witcher inspo. Yeah, that does track.
The vampires. There is also Pieter, who's Cohen's father, basically tries really hard to keep this family together. But he also sometimes feels really helpless.
It can't be easy for Cohen.
Probably some XCD Project Red. It's possible. It's possible. What Pokemon games did I try? I
By his family.
have played
Also by the people around him.
Pokemon
Warriors,
Blue.
miners,
Pokemon Y,
That is the backbone of life.
Pokemon Ultra Moon, and
For example, there's
Pokemon.
Anka, who may be more than just a village healer.
What was
She
it?
is mysterious and resourceful, and comes with knowledge of herbs and magic
Arceus.
that eventually Coin comes to rely on. But she also hides her secrets.
And there is
I'm still
Max,
playing through Ultra Moon
rebellion
though.
leader.
I haven't beat it yet.
Strong moral compass, and he truly believes that the
But that's
better
just a game I'm
good
playing
must
on the side,
But he's
not on
certain
stream.
if alternatives will be better.
At some point of the trailer, you can also see Lacra, who has her own mission and personal goal, which takes precedence over anything.
You've
else.
only played Pokemon
And
Go.
that often puts her
I also played Pokemon Go, but that was
There are a
like
lot
back
of
in
amazing characters
2020,
waiting for Coin
2019 or
along his
whatever.
journey.
Agreed. Each of these characters has their own motivations, story, and impact on Cohen's journey. They are not just side characters or companions. They shape the world around Cohen and make it feel alive, reactive, and deeply connected.
Their fate, and also Cohen's fate, and how he will shape as a person, heavily depends on the players.
Oh yes, I cannot wait for the
You remember
players to
cycling
experience
into
all
the
of
street
these
life?
choices for themselves. The bonds, the
Bro.
conflicts, every
That's not
encounter
good.
and every decision matters.
And it's a world that stays with you.
Yeah, a story of family.
Is that when you stopped
loyalty,
playing?
rebellion, and the cost of the choices we make.
Oh, they're all meeting up in one spot. Yeah, definitely a cool area. That's when you knew the game was hella dangerous. Yeah, that does track. Okay, we got a fucking like music performance on top of a mountain. The hell? These guys are so extra. I fuck with it though. They definitely spent big money on this. Maybe. I mean, I feel like this could be made fairly cheaply. We are talking about drone footage and you know, hiring a cameraman and stuff like that. But it is really good quality, I will say that. Too realistic? This is all real life, bro. This is real life. This is intentional. They're just trying to. I think they're just trying to show like what the influences for the game are. Next gen graphics. I hope there's music like this in the game for real. There's a couple other things I wanted to check out after this too. There's the Assassin's Creed Resync that I want to check out. There's the Alien Isolation teaser.
It has to be with that music.
And there's
It
the
is so much energy.
what was it?
Wow. And a load of cool insights as well. A couple of different character names. They've been
I'm
revealed.
forgetting.
You know, Mirto, Anka, Lacra, and now Mara too.
Oh, the Diablo 4
Some of you might already know some of these names.
new
I teased
content.
them on our Reddit and Discord. Like Coin's siblings, Mirto, Yanna, and Lunka, of course. Everyone.
I'm just
knows Lunka.
curious, like, what's going on with that?
Lacra from our January teaser, and yes, Marat is the new one. He's the leader of the rebellion, and you could notice him in the trailer too.
Yeah, I saw him in the trailer, but I saw a few other characters as well that I don't think I recognized.
No, but you will not know more about them because I cannot share too much to not spoil anything. You'll need to meet the others in the game in September the 1st.
I kind of wanted to see more connection
Got it. I'll wait till then.
of like
But
characters in the
mistaken,
story and like how they
previews should be
interplay.
launched any time now.
I think we might be already live.
Well, what a perfect time for us to look at the different editions of the game, starting off with the digital editions.
There is 2 of them, the standard edition and the Eclipse.
They are making a new
It
Assassin's
comes
Creed.
with a digital
So
digital comic book.
they are remastering Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which happens to be one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. I'm just curious to check it out, see like what's going on with that.
Include the steelbook and a map of Vel Sangora. It will be available at retail worldwide, both for pre-orders and for the release while supplies last. Just please make sure to check the product description on your retailer's store page to confirm the included items, as their availability may vary by region.
That looks sick.
To get more than just a disc in a physical edition, I do love a game map.
You talking about the
But next up, we have
outfit?
a collector's edition, and this one has a lot in it. It deserves its own introduction.
Peggy 18.
Oh, the art thing they showed. Yeah, it did look cool. Oh, the figure's sick too. Damn, okay. Okay. Man, I hope this game is good. I hope this game is good. I really hope this game is good, chat. Studios don't do this anymore? They don't. I hope this game is good because, like, it has a lot of potential.
Okay, so, in addition to the standard day 1 content, so the
You just
steelbook,
reached
the
your
map of
4th
Sangora, and the
sub
game
last night.
you will also get a code to redeem the digital Eclipse edition, which
Sub,
includes the digital
what?
soundtrack, digital comic book, and digital Wars
What do you mean by
Compendium,
sub?
as well as a physical edition of the World Compendium and our special.
Like someone subscribed to you?
All of it packed in an amazing box that you can see. on
Hello,
the screen.
YouTube.
It will be available in the Bandai Namco stores and selected retailers.
It's really cool. Everything from the other editions and more. It's just what you want from a collector's edition.
Yes.
I need it just for that statue, let's be honest.
I know, right? Shout out to all of the talented people working on
Oh, thanks for the
all
follow.
of the editions, to be honest. And one more thing, as a small thank you to those of you who decide to show their support by pre-ordering the game, you will receive a code for an early unlock of this Sangoran Wafers armor set for Coin. But
That is a
right
pretty
now,
sick
if you don't
set.
Pre-order, you will still be able to find this armor set.
I want the figure more than anything, but I don't know if it's worth it if the game isn't good. You know what I mean?
Behind-the-scenes video waiting for you all, so do stick around to the end to check that. But
Hopefully they'll
that is it.
release a gameplay demo and I can give it a try and see if I want to get the figure or not.
Official social media channels.
Yes, follow us if you'd like to stay up to date with the Blood of Dawnwalker. And remember, you can pre-order the game already on Steam.
There's
PlayStation
other single player
Store,
games you
and
know
Xbox
of
Store.
that this guy who
Download
made
the
Bioshock is
preferred.
making a new game with the
is
same
indeed.
vibes.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Stay safe. And we
What game is it?
Bye.
There's supposed to be a Q&A.
My
It's
name
called
is Maciej
Judaeus.
Kwiatkowski, and I'm a motion capture performer, stuntman, and action designer.
Did I hear about
The Blood
this?
of
Hold up, let me
Dawnwalker was
look.
responsible for creating fight choreography and performance. I've been doing this for more than 20 years now, but this project was different.
Judaeus
So first we need
game.
to understand the system, and then we create.
Oh yeah, I did see
And
this.
then we
I
take
did see
care of
this.
The visual aspects. The
Pretty
main
sure.
task and the biggest challenge is to find this balance between those two.
My name is Jan Bohowicz. I'm MMA fighter, professional.
Is that got a release? Does it have a release date yet?
Former UFC champion.
So that's supposed to be one of the
Blood of
villains, I
Dawnwalker,
guess.
I play Bakir, vampire boss.
Yep.
I decided to be part of this project because I'm a gamer. I love games. New adventure for me, new experience. So my dreams come
Damn.
true, and that was like easy decision for me. When I hear about this game, I was excited about the story, what's gonna happen, about the hero, about the gameplay, you know, everything is that's gonna be something new. Working with Maciek, you know, he's one of the best in the world. He tell me what to do, how to do it. Very nice. I can work with people like him every day.
Yo, what up, bro? I'm on stream.
Oh, hello, stream.
Yeah.
God damn, are you still playing Resident Evil?
No. I'm watching a showcase for Blood of the Dawnwalker, which looks pretty fire. It's a single player game.
Okay. Single player game, vampire based, I assume?
Yep.
God damn.
Yeah. It looks sick.
You turned from elven to vampiric.
True.
Well, I guess I don't want to disturb too much. I'm just heading on my way to work, so I'll catch you in a bit, okay?
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Boy.
Bye. The Yuka's game looks pretty fucking sick. It's not just 1920s, it is multiple eras. I don't know if you realize that. It's like multiple eras, and you go through different eras in the game, and you do investigations, and it looks so good. I actually want to check that game out.
More over the top.
Oh, they did motion capture with claws. That's cool. That sounds very unique. Yeah, it's interesting. It like there's definitely like some detective aspect to it. Oh my god. Kind of just get fucked up by that dude. It's got like both like the classic Yakuza silliness and like action combat. But in addition to that, it's also a detective game.
Because of the combat system, and we wanted to find this perfect balance between immersive and responsive combat and visually engaging moves. But once we did it, we're absolutely blown away by the effect.
I don't think that I use any Bucky moves. He used mine. People gonna like him and fear him, and I hope so that I'm gonna kill every player, even, you know, minimum 5 times.
I just can't wait to see players' reactions, but I'm pretty sure they will love it.
They're gonna have, you know, amazing adventure to play this game.
Those teeth, bro. They get me every time.
See you in the game, fear Bucky because that's me.
So Rebel Wolves is the studio behind this. All right, let's see. I think there's supposed to be a Q&A, is there not? Or not? Where's the Q&A? Feels like I'm waiting for Christmas morning. Yeah, it's over. What the fuck? Okay. Bandai Namco. They dipped to escape work. Oh, here we go. It's the after show.
One hand, the vampires are obviously monsters. They feed on human blood. They demand these payments in blood and so on.
Yeah, my friend is producing this after show.
And mainly, they cured people of plague, which was ravaging Europe at that time. And you know, on this front, Vale Sangora is doing really well compared to the rest of the world, right? At least rest of the Europe.
Your friend is cool. Yeah.
You know, people are immunized to it.
I high-key didn't know she was doing that until I saw her IG story this morning. I was like, what?
On the other hand,
what the fuck?
It's not all, how do you say it? It's not all rosy. So of course, the beginning of the game, the prologue of the game tells that story. I don't want to get too deep into this because I don't want to spoil it for the people. But I think we paint a pretty clear picture in these first hours of the game.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just think it's really interesting because Brensis directly saves him and cures his sister in that opening, and then 2 years pass where he's sitting on that, and then, you know, things change.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you that some people initially see Brensis and still see Brensis as this messianic figure that saved them from this cataclysm. You know, he removed the tyrant.
That is interesting, like having no wonder why they're like in power, because they're like healing humans in a way from the Black Plague.
In the game, he did cure them of plague. He did solve a lot of issues. So a lot of people really like Brensis actually. But
I was like really confused, like how they're
rebels,
operating,
but some other factions as well,
openly as vampires.
And, you know, they have different reasons for hating Brensis. And yeah, you will also, I hope.
What the fuck?
So speaking about Brensis, we know some of the names of those important lieutenants in Brensis's entourage. And watching, I was really curious. You know, they're so unique from each other. They're all very like distinct looking characters. I was just wondering, how did you sort of decide on them, and like where did they come from? Like how did Brensis gather these super different people?
So obviously that was a conscious design choice. We wanted them to feel like this gathering
Third shiny of the day
that, you know, are from different time periods.
Damn, you're fucking tearing through it.
Kind of cultural circles. To show that these cliques, as we call them, so these groups of vampires that stick together, they're not like, you know, they're not very samey. They're people that kind of are bound by similar interests, right? And of course, in the game, we explore in depth on why did they decide to ally themselves with Brensis. Some of them, Ambrose, are his direct lineage, right? He was sired by Brensis. And some others are like allies that he found along the way to achieve his goals. Why they joined, of course, you'll get answers for this in the game. But yes, we put a lot of work into creating their designs so they feel very distinct. They have their own like flavor and like personality that we hope it comes through in the quests in the game as well. And yeah, these were like general ideas behind.
I mean, I assume the like
specific
the story
designs for them.
intent is to like take down the whole.
It's okay if you don't want to answer, but do you think between the four of them, like,
vampire
do you have a
cult
personal favorite of them?
Ah, interesting. So visually, I think I enjoy Xanthi the most. So this you know, dark lady who looks like she's grieving all the time, but also like very creepy and so on. I like her design a lot. But in terms of personality, I think Bakir, so this Mongol vampire, is my favorite. He's a bit of a crazy. He does some insane stuff in the game, and you know, he has this very colorful personality, which I really enjoy when I play the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting all of them. Like, they all seem like they've really got something going on there.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little more about like the open world idea of this whole game.
Yes.
Because I know it can be a challenge to have so much, you know, so many things like people, monsters, animals, these like secrets scattered everywhere. And it can be difficult to kind of balance it feeling really intentional with feeling overwhelming. So could you speak to like how you handle that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, there is this trend for open worlds to become bigger and bigger, right? So we kind of took a step back, and on one hand, we wanted to plan the scope of the game that would be right for the size of the team, right? That we believe we can deliver.
Glad they're thinking about that.
At the same time, we felt strongly that a bit smaller open world, but more dense with content, is actually nicer to experience.
Another
So
shiny? Goddamn, bro. How's that possible?
How do you reach that point, and how do you design it? It is, of course, very complicated and you know, long-going task, which involves a lot of iterating, moving stuff around. We did a few passes where we moved a lot of activities around to make them make more sense. For example, to make sure the density is right. We
I
have
hope
to
there's
do,
like one
extensive
tower and that's
tests
it.
on like what is the average
It's like
time
this one area.
between you seeing different interesting things in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to be a
And yeah,
repeat
generally
thing.
speaking, it took multiple, I don't know even how many iterations to get to the point where we are,
A lot of
where we would like add things, remove things. Yeah, absolutely. It was a long process of adding things, removing things, changing
I wish they would
things
zoom out
to
and
get
show
where
the
we are
whole
now.
map.
Yeah, I mean, I think with a game like Blood of Dawnwalker, where a lot of people get so interested is with the choices and how the choices affect and shape the
Kitty.
world. And one question I got 10 times probably from my community was, how often do choices, in one quest spill over and affect another one? Maybe a quest that isn't a direct follow-up, but just is showing how
My God, that cat's
you're shaping
gorgeous.
this world.
Oh, absolutely. So for this game, we had this concept, this guiding light, you could call it. We called the narrative sandbox, right? So basically, we looked at games like Fallout 2, which had this game structure where you had a lot of non-linearities in how you wanted to approach content, and you could decide fates of different parts of that world, right? And at the same time, doing even like drastic choices, like, I don't know, killing off a village or something would not make the game break. The game still worked, right? Because using example of Fallout 2, you could still get to Enclave if you knew where it is, if you find out where it is, and you would get these vastly different consequences. So that was kind of what we looked up to, and we wanted to kind of emulate that experience. And so, yeah, it really depends on a specific quest. Of course, some
Oh
of them
my
branch
God, the
out
poor
more than
deer.
others. There is simpler content
What
and
the
like
fuck, bro?
big quest content that has vastly different branches. I don't know if you saw the quest we were showing on Gamescom, right? So the Cathedral quest, which has, for example, very different paths based on did you approach it during the nighttime or the daytime.
I can't get over the fact that you're a vampire that
But on top
turns
of that,
into a
we have
wolf.
branching. We have certain quest lines that spawn of different quest lines, so like kind of story arcs. You
I
can
mean, I
cut
guess the
off
same thing
certain
happened in
branches
V
of the quests
Rising,
depending on
but
how you choose to play, or open up shortcuts to get to certain places, narrative-wise. So yeah, there's a lot of it, I would say. I can't give you a precise number on it because, well, it would be a spoiler, of course, but also like it's very difficult to count. It really depends on how you play.
Yeah,
I do
brought
hope you
up
get to
the
transform
Cathedral
into that.
quest.
That'd be so
I was
sick.
just watching that yesterday, and I was curious: is this a game where if you go about things a certain way, can you end up just skipping? It kind of sounds like you were alluding to that earlier. Huge sections of the quest. There's that part where you're told to get a book, and I was watching that, and I was wondering what would happen if you just knew where the book was and you went straight to the book, and if that was possible.
Absolutely. And the book, for example, that's a good example because the book was just one of the ways of finding out the informations you needed to progress that quest. You actually don't have to find that book at all. There are other ways as well. And on top of that, yes, my cats are very excited.
Goodbye.
As well.
They want to be included.
He will come back. He will come back. I'm sure of it. And yes, these scripted things, of course, but also like you could, for
Immediately
example,
comes
kill
back.
Xanthi in the Cathedral, potentially like skipping her entire quest line if you wanted, if you found her there and you were strong enough to face her and so on. Yeah, the book is a good example because you have multiple ways of solve that quest, which we didn't show on purpose. Some of the paths that we have in there, we didn't release that yet.
Yeah, I guess in a similar vein, I was, it seems like a lot of these choices can make your playthrough very different. Like, how much will one person's playthrough be different from another person's?
This is a interesting question because there are definitely a lot of ways it can branch off for different players, but I think there are also like play patterns in players. So when you have freedom, but you observe players sometimes repeat similar actions, right? So it really depends. Although I believe that a lot of people will replay the game multiple
I like
times
that a
to find these
lot.
different ways and experiment with it, try to break it, kind of, which I recommend. We built it in a way to be broken in multiple ways. I hope they will. I also really recommend playing with the consequences you got and not reloading, right? Because I personally think that's much more fun way to play. Speaking from personal
Fair.
experience of playing
Totally
games like
fair.
Baldur's Gate 3, for example, where sticking to the things that happened, especially bad rolls, is
See, like,
just way more
all
fun,
these
you know?
people, like,
It's
do we have to
you get
kill
a very
all of
unique
them?
playthrough.
Is that the whole purpose?
And yeah, I think the game is built in a way
Because this
that
is like the
allows for
court
a lot
of
of different experiences. The main goal
the
itself
vampire,
is
like,
built in a way
lords.
that you can complete it in multiple different ways, vastly different in terms of how you approach it. And yeah, some of the big plot lines you might miss out on completely. And again, that's kind of on purpose. We didn't want to force them upon you. We didn't want to railroad you into these, right?
That's
So it's
good.
really up to players which characters they enjoy, which ones they want to interact with. Will they even find these plot lines? It's up to them.
A fish
So,
shiny?
speaking of
How?
living with the consequences, I noticed in the stream they mentioned, like, oh, if you kill this blacksmith, they're not gonna
How are you
be
doing
around
this?
to, you know, perform their job anymore because, you know, the death usually precludes working. So it made me curious. Like, can you kind of just go totally just mask off evil mode and just kill every NPC in the game? Is that something that players can do? Is that something you've sort of planned for?
Evil run.
What happens if you do that?
Generally speaking, you can kill off, I would say, majority of them. Maybe not everyone. There are specific cases where, for like
You spam the
cohesiveness
A
of the
button
story,
for
we kind
20
of
to 30
have
minutes.
to, you know, limit that. But we try to make sure that you can kill off most NPCs if you want to, and the main story handles it. You know, you
That's
get different
awesome.
outcomes. Yeah, you get different endings, for example, for different plot lines. And yeah, you can kill off like blacksmiths and stuff like that. Again, I think I was asked this before in some other interview.
The combat's a
where people
little
were
hard
asking,
to,
you know,
like,
how much
follow.
can you veer off
Because the
into
animations
non-linearities
don't
for
have, like, particle
you know, for
effects
example, Cohen has to
that are,
become
like,
a
very
Dawnwalker, otherwise
visual.
it wouldn't be much of a Blood of Dawnwalker, right? But I would say we have left a lot of freedom for the players on top of that. Like, we try to keep this to the minimum, if possible, these limitations.
I'm really looking forward to those challenge runs.
I was just thinking that, like,
Like,
a high infamy kind of run where you're.
That's something I loved about
Yeah,
Skyrim, is, like, the
killing
fact you could
everyone,
do
trying to
that.
figure out how to survive, just having to scavenge berries and everybody already.
Or rather, even
Oh, yeah,
Morrowind's.
absolutely. I really
Morrowind
wanna
was my
see,
favorite in the
evil,
Elder Scrolls
Cohen
series.
playthroughs as well, and see how people react to it. And it was actually a big point of, like, you know, discussion in the studio. Like, is it true to Cohen? Would he do these things? But, you know, it's always kind of like this tug of war between player agency and, like, this narrative cohesiveness of the character, right? And we believe we kind of managed to satisfy both. But of course, because we had this narrative sandbox approach, we kind of veered more towards player agency most of the time.
Chat, I'm so
Also,
fucking
again, kind
baked.
of a lore question from me.
Bro,
I've been watching, as
it's-
I said, all the Blood of Dawnwalker
It's
stuff,
like, what,
and
noon
you guys
for
have
you?
talked a lot about how the vampires
How are you
in this
baked
world are
right
kind of
now?
just biding their time. They're waiting for the right time to strike after poverty and famine and all that. And I was curious, was this world before they came out of the shadows? Was this just normal 14th century Europe, or were the people aware there were non-human, you know, otherworldly beings out there, or was this just normal Europe and then this happened?
Sure. I would say it was not exactly normal Europe. Like, it is already kind of like altered timeline because these creatures
Why are
exist.
you
And,
judging?
you know,
I mean,
think
I'm
for
just
the most
asking
time,
questions.
They try to stay hidden, but
It's the
you know,
perfect
it's not always
time.
possible with humans being as they
Okay.
are, like exploring, getting into places. You know, we kind of more fed into these folklore stories where
Just in time for lunch, I guess.
you know, miners were telling stories about people dying in the lower shafts of their mines because of kobolds, for example, right? But people don't really know, is it true? Is it a myth? Is it just some kind of superstition, right? So, of course, in case of kobolds, it's not a big spoiler if I say it. It's not a superstition anymore. They do exist. Same with
At
vampires.
least you got your 5
But
shinies.
it's kind of like looking at the real world folklore and legends and doing the what if thing. You know, what if they exist?
Are you done
What
shiny
if part
hunting?
of these legends is true? What if part
Lunch?
of
What are you
it
gonna eat
is,
for lunch?
you know, just legends and folklore, like, you know, vampires being scared of garlic, for example, or not being able to cross running water or whatever. So I would say we try to make it very grounded, so it feels like it could be, you know, 14th century Europe, but at the same time, of course, it veers
Whatever
off
the
of
fuck you
our
got.
like
Okay.
normal timeline, because all these things like magic and monsters and so on exist. One of the good examples is we have ruins of this ancient civilization in our game that you can explore, and this
Ooh, I love that.
civilization is fictional, right? It didn't actually exist. Again,
You
we
still
try
haven't
to
ate
make it feel
breakfast?
grounded.
I'm getting hungry
There
too,
are a lot
honestly.
of cool references to like how real ancient art looked like, for example. We tried to make it feel grounded, but it is fictional, and that's already a big split with our real world timeline, right?
I love
If
that.
I could, can I ask a follow-up?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, so were vampires known to? Did people know they existed, or was it just were they just total legend? Maybe because in that intro trailer, when he's saved by Brensis, Cohen seems surprised, but maybe not quite as surprised as I would be if a vampire, you know, cured my sister of the plague. He just seems mildly surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for majority of people, it is like a legend, you know, like a lot of people probably believe it. Most of, like majority of people never seen one or never met one, right? There are people who spread
It's like
these
the
rumors and
Jedis.
gossip, but very few people.
It's like the Jedis
really know that they
in like the
exist
Star
and really
Wars
interact with
universe.
them.
They're legend.
Obviously, we don't explore it very deeply.
What
in
is this
first
fuck ass game,
because this
bro?
is,
Why are you
specifically
judging? Why are you
Veil Sangora,
hating?
and they were kind of cut off from the broader world. You know, it's kind of already
Just
isolated
because you
community,
be
so to
playing
speak.
Marvel Rivals all
But I
day,
think for
bro,
most people,
like
it
doesn't
was a
mean
legend. Like Cohen
there's not
probably
other
heard
games out
legends
there.
about vampires, but you know, didn't know how much truth is in them. So when he actually saw them, from my perspective, it was a mix of like shock, surprise, you know, adrenaline, because his sister was almost killed a minute ago.
Hey, not all
now,
day.
You know, she lives, and he doesn't know what to make of
Just
it.
like most.
And yeah, like the backstory of these 2 years, this gap between the SCG and the prologue, is kind of where people kind of try to make sense of it and come to terms with it, right?
Yeah, and I want to hear about the other non-human creatures and characters, like kobolds you mentioned. I know that there are those Uriashes that are in the game too.
Yes,
like,
the
what can you
mountain,
tell
the
us about
mountain
that?
beastmen. Mhm.
Yeah.
So we have a number of them, and like I mentioned before, there is way more than we are showing in the first game, designed for this IP, and I'm sure we'll add more if we have a chance to make more of the Dawnwalker games.
Nice.
In the first game, yeah, I already talked about kobolds. You mentioned Uriashi, so the kobolds live deep in the caves and like mines, and they are feeding on meat. They're obsessed with meat, you know. They always hunt, and they need to feed, and they are kind of like a hive mind. So they communicate with each other seamlessly, and they're like this group intelligence, basically. The Uriashi
Creepy.
are people who are like, I would say, half people, half goats, right? And they live high in the mountains.
Obsessed
and,
with
the way
meat?
They hidden was kind of scaring people away with
Just like
causing
you for real?
avalanches and so on.
Actually, bro.
They have their own unique culture. They can use magic as well. They have their own unique brand of magic. And generally speaking, a lot of them are distrustful of Brensis and his regime, but a number of them decided to join his army actually and come out of the shadows with Brensis and his retinue.
I like how you made another
might
chatter
expect to
like
meet
pop
them
into the
in
chat
Brensis's
because
army.
of that.
What else? Well, there are more which I don't
Oh
want
my
to talk
God.
about because we don't want to spoil them, of course. Although you've probably seen some of them in the trailers already that we kind of hinted at. Yeah, I guess I'll put it. I'll
That
leave it
bat
there.
creature, yeah.
I'm riding so high on this kobold
You're stoked,
revelation. I'm
dude.
so when you said kobolds, I was just like, oh my! I didn't even consider
I didn't
kobolds in the
either.
equation.
I'm into it.
Fantastic.
What the fuck is a
I
cobalt? Like they're
yeah,
talking like it.
But let's switch
like
gears a
the
little bit
the gym
and touch on the combat, which is obviously a big part of this
monster.
game. So
Yeah, I would love to hear more about the skill tree and like the abilities. I saw a little bit of deflect parry action.
Oh,
in
it's
there. Like, what
kobold,
can you tell us about the
not
combat?
cobalt.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you
It's
would
like
assume, the
a
combat is directional, but we put a lot of effort to make it very accessible because we know that a lot of people,
poltergeist.
might be a little bit daunted
Okay.
because of the
Okay.
directions, the level of complexity, and
A
so on.
poltergeist is best
We
description.
have 4 directions from which you can attack and you can block, and basically, blocking in the correct way kind of gives you
Oh, is that what that
advantages,
arrow
like
is
it
for?
regains
Oh,
you
I
some
see. I
stamina, maybe
see.
staggers
Okay.
the
Okay.
enemy, and
Okay.
so on.
Wait, so
But
you
you can
can
also use something we
you
call
can
the
break their
omni block and
stance when
omni
you
attack,
block in
which
the
is
correct
basically
way.
allowing Cohen to attack from random directions
That's
if you
cool.
prefer. It will probably not allow you to min-max it as well as you would if you actually use the directions, but it's really up to the player. We also made it very customizable in terms of the difficulty settings on purpose. We have this robust system where you can adjust the
I cannot
RPG
get over those
difficulty
teeth, bro.
separately from action difficulty, for example. Like how the stats scale up, like with the higher level enemies and so on. This, or like the amount of health, the damage they deal. That would be the RPG side of the difficulty. And then you have action, which is like the opportunity windows, like behavior patterns for the enemies, and so on and so forth. So you can customize a lot on this front. Of course, you can also modify stuff like the directional markers, which are kind of like a helper to show you from which direction they are attacking, for example. You can turn that off if you want. If you want more hardcore experience, just animation-based.
More like realistic.
And on top of that, as you mentioned, we have development trees and these special abilities. We have 3 development trees. Vampirism, which obviously contains all the perks and powers related to being a vampire. We have Sword Mastery, which relates to all sword fighting abilities.
So is turning into a wolf under witchcraft?
Which is the human magic. You can use it only during daytime. And this refers to all the hexes that you can cast on people. This super speed that you could see in the stream. And other abilities like that from this family. And what is important to also note here is the development trees are divided into 2 separate sections. You have perks, which are like these like passive upgrades for your character, right? Like how much damage you deal with certain thing, how do these go into like synergy together, and so on. And then you have abilities, which are these active skills or spells that you can activate during combat, right? So the way you do this, of course, is you charge up this resource during combat, and then you get to spend it during combat for these more, visually stunning and like effective skills, like casting a curse on someone, or like biting into someone as a vampire during combat, or even like we have skills like blowing someone up by manipulating their blood.
What the fuck? Wait,
these.
that's kind of
And,
hype.
I would add on top of this, what I think is interesting is
They just become
different
a
ways
blood
of obtaining
bomb.
these abilities. It's not just skill points that you get as you level up. Some of them are also like
It's like
for example, in
Avatar:
order
The
to
Last
get
Airbender
these
bloodbending
stronger
type
vampiric
shit.
powers, you have to drink blood of a specific vampire, right, to gain access to that specific power. Because
Ooh,
in our
okay, I like
IP,
that.
each vampire gets
I like
this
that.
kind of random mutation.
So it gives
when
you
they,
incentive to
get
go
strong,
after the
right?
vampires
So they're
too,
kind of all unique in their own way.
because you get
And you can gain
abilities
access to their
from
powers,
them.
but you need to drink their blood in order to do so.
Blue mage.
Or for example,
Okay,
you need to
okay.
find these forbidden tomes as a mage, to learn these different spells. Or as a
I
sword
like
master,
that
you have to
because
find these different
in
teachers
other
in the world
games
that
like
will teach
Assassin's
you
Creed,
different
where you have
sword
like
fighting
contracts
techniques.
or people you
so
need
yeah.
to assassinate,
Yeah,
it's just
I
a
think that's
story device. It's not
awesome
necessarily
that,
like you don't
perks aren't
feel
just, you just get them from the tree. That
you
have
don't
to
feel
go out
like
into the
an
world.
incentive
This one comes
outside of
from a
just
book, this one
progressing the
comes from an
story,
old
which
master,
is cool that they're
really
doing
bearing
that.
out. I think that's really awesome.
I like that too. It makes it more immersive, I think.
Do you have a favorite ability or technique, like one that's, I don't know, your favorite or like the craziest visually one?
Oh, I mean, I just love blowing people up with that vampire
that stuck
power.
with me
Like
too.
the one that Sandy used in the trailer.
That seems like an instant number one.
Yep, that'll do it.
It's very easy for me. It's just so much fun. I also enjoy a lot of the hexes because they combo together nicely, and you can create these insane sequences where you cast hex a lot of enemies, and just craziness happens in combat. I also enjoy these. I usually lean towards mages in video games where I play, so that's where it's coming from.
Cool.
But I think all of them are kind of cool, and you can build interesting combos with them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, a surprise.
Some of the
this stream,
animations
I
look a
could
little
tell Jess
wonky.
was excited about it. Was the
in the
wolf
in the
form.
combat section.
I'm wondering if you can tell us anything more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, since it's an open world and it's big, we felt we need to include some kind of way of traversing the world more quickly, right? And we wanted it to feel narratively
Okay.
tied both to the vampire.
I think I've gotten enough information out of this. This is pretty chill though. Let's see. Let's take a look at this one. At the trailer for Assassin's Creed Resynced.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway.
Hold up. Let me get it full screen for you guys.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. 13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life. Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure.
They rebuilt the whole fucking game?
Let's set sail.
Wait, this isn't a remaster then. It's a...
So full of adventure.
I guess it is a
You
remaster.
play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious
Because a remake would make
to make a name
the
for
game
himself in the
different.
pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
I've seen your face before. Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
After crossing paths with the Assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates.
The game looks pretty
such as
clean.
Anne Bonny,
They definitely
Charles
cleaned up a
Vane,
lot.
and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires.
Pirate code.
And greed.
It's a pirate life for
In their
me.
search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise. From dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands, and bustling historical cities.
Bussin'.
From the grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade hub, and Nassau, the beating heart of the pirate republic.
This is pretty sick.
Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunities and
I
conflicts.
mean, we know all those.
The Caribbean world reaches a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced
Okay.
lighting,
I like that they're showing comparisons.
strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system. Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Oh shit. Wait, so they actually changed some stuff.
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive. Creating the perfect backdrop for a life on the edge, where freedom is earned and danger is never far away. Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience. While
Okay.
wielding dual swords, pistols, and hidden blades, Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more
The
fluid
combat was
attacks.
pretty like,
Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill.
what's the word?
Then follow with up to 4 chained takedowns. Use walls.
It was not the
ledges,
greatest.
advantage.
It was not the greatest aspect of
Keep
Black
track of
Flag.
your opponents and use all your tools to level the
So it's cool that they're revamping it, making it better.
but fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves.
Yeah, that was also an aspect of the
To back ejects.
Black Flag game, is like the parkour was not as clean as like the newer
Reactive movements,
Shadows
giving you tighter
parkour.
control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin,
It had some
calls for a
moments that were
with
kind of
Resynced and
glitchy.
its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch freely as part of your toolkit to approach targets. Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped. In
Okay.
the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember. Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
I like that. I like that. That's a good change. Positive change.
Interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions. Of course, this wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship. Jackdaw.
You named your brig after a fox.
And flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation.
The ship combat was some of the most fun. It was so good.
You will engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and fort raids. All of these are back and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever. From broadside weapons,
I love the chanties. So fucking cool.
Assassin's Creed.
Okay, so that is Assassin's Creed Resynced. It honestly looks pretty fucking cool. I'm glad that they made a change. I also wanted to watch this. Well, let's watch this first. Okay, this is the Alien Isolation teaser. Teaser for a new game? Possibly? For DLC? Probably a new game. The first Alien Isolation was a lot of fun though, so that's it. That's all they tell you. Yeah. My hype is immeasurable. My day is better. It's been 12 years. This is my GTA 6. Yeah, I hope that it's Alien Isolation Part 2. That'd be super cool. Okay. This is something, kind of some news I'm a little sad about. It's not all good in the gaming world.
Okay, story time. In 2021, there was a game revealed called Star Wars Eclipse. This was the trailer. It was shown off at the Game Awards in December of that year, and people loved it. They thought it looked fantastic and were particularly excited based on who was making it. The studio is called Quantic Dream. They're the guys behind...
They've made such great games. I really thought it'd be cool to see a Star Wars game.
Basically that we were going to get a Star Wars game that had that level of complexity, that had that level of choose your own adventure, be a scoundrel, be a hero, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Which really excited people, including myself. It sounds awesome. But like I said, that was 4 years ago. In December, it will have been 5 years ago. And we have seen nothing else. And if you're not aware, that is enough time to make 1 or 2 AAA games.
So this really depressed me to hear about.
We actually have a pretty good idea, and it is just as stupid and annoying and depressingly sad as you would probably expect. You see, Quantic Dream was bought out by a company called NetEase. They make a lot of like live service games.
Fucking multiplayer games, bro. Man, fuck.
Eclipse start working on a live service game. It's called Spellcasters, and it was actually released.
And it flopped.
Like a month or 2 ago.
Fucking piece of shit.
Because it has like 80 players online right now. Granted, it's in early access, but somebody within the studio talked to Insider Gaming and actually said that if Spellcasters doesn't perform well, then it's very likely NetEase will reevaluate their relationship with Quantic Dream and pull funding. Effectively,
like, why? Why are we like this? Why are studios like this, bro? It's so dumb.
Progress and development on Star Wars.
They had a massive hit on their hands.
Okay, story.
And they just decided to fucking throw it away. They decided to fucking throw it away, bro. All right, this is the other thing I want to watch. This is the last thing for the stream today. Jesus, that's creepy. Diablo 4, Lord of Hatred. This is some new content that's coming. I know there's a lot of people that don't really fuck with Diablo 4, but I still like the universe a lot and the stories. Oh shit. Is that Ball? Or Bell? Whatever his name is. No, it's Mephisto.
The stone meet the same fate.
No. I need more time.
Here's a cookie. What's up, Tasenji? I'll grab a cookie in a bit. Thank you for redeeming.
I just need more time.
It's you.
Time.
How goes it?
Nothing in those scrolls will save you.
No cookie rush? Okay.
But I can.
I want nothing from you.
You've seen.
You're top of the tree today?
Part of me.
What does that mean?
I can make better use of you.
Is that like...
I have seen what awaits. I will stop you.
Is that like a way of saying like that you're like doing really well? I've never heard that euphemism before.
You think you have power.
You got it in one. W. Oh my god.
I could do this for an eternity, Nerel.
If a bird, if the bird at the top, you can't be pooped on. True. That's sound logic. Can't beat it.
You're right. I am a part of you. I was trapped in your mind. You dream. And when you do,
Better to be a pooper than a poopy.
of twisted horrors
Yup.
fills your mind. I saw the sun blotted from the sky. And the darker it got, the brighter the rage of man burned. Hatred would reign. I was lost. trapped in that chaos.
I might play this just to get to the story.
And I will tell.
I don't know if I would play it on stream though.
Child, what could I possibly fear?
And the weak were made strong. The pack of lambs would feast on their shepherd.
The prophecy? Oh, be careful, little one.
Then comes a spear of light, piercing hatred's heart, raised to the ground by a murdered son.
Stop.
And a daughter.
Stop! I command you!
The cinematics are so fucking good, and it's crazy.
Could have been so much more.
Did he just kill her? Damn. Uh-oh.
What have you done? Let them come.
Let them rise up, feeding the flames of unrest. It will not matter. For I am
the light and the way.
That's cool. Lord of Hatred. Sick. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. The Vessel of Hatred expansion. I still haven't played that either. Honestly, story looks good. Looks pretty freaking decent. All right, chats. I think I'm gonna wrap up. So, oh wait, there's one thing I wanted to show. I want to show this game that I'm considering playing. Let's check it out. You dig my Final Fantasy VII merch? Hell yeah, I do too. So this is a game I'm considering playing, chat. It's called Replaced. It looks really good. It looks really good. This might be my next stream. It might just be my next stream. Oh, did I show it? I did show it, right? You guys saw it, right? I think you did. I think you did. I just you was in Japan in January and you managed to cop a few yourself? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's so sick. They have like even better merch there too. Okay, you saw it. Good, 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 good. W. But yeah, I think that game looks cool. It is, let's see how to best describe it. Oh, let's also get some music on. It's a cinematic pixel graphic narrative cyberpunk 2.5D game. So there you go. It does look cool. You found a song figure, you never saw one before. It had to go with you. You know, that is surprising. you're right, like in that like there's not a lot of figures for like side characters. Like I really like Cisne, for example. I think Cisne is a cool character. And I don't think there's any figures of her whatsoever. I hope that she has more of a role in the third game. She's super fucking cool. They actually had all the Turks, Rude, Reno, and Elena. Oh shit. Was it like part of like a set or figure? Oh, weird. Play Arts Kai. Never heard of this. Never heard of this figure brand. Oh my god, Jesse! I fucking love Jesse! I need a Jesse figure for real. The wink is so funny. I do wish that it wasn't like the, you know, like the arm opposable thing. Where it was like more clean of a design. But otherwise, what the fuck, bro? What is that pose? Oh shit! It's Roche. There's Rude, Reno. Wait, where's Sung? Damn, that Vincent Valentine is pretty cool. That is pretty fucking cool. God damn. Such a cool character design, honestly. Anyways, yeah, I don't even see Sung on this list here. So that's weird. I mean, like, we get a fucking Shinra security officer before we get him on this list. That makes no sense to me. Anyways, chat, I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna end stream. I think my next game that I'm gonna play is probably gonna be Replaced. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do like a single stream for that, but I'll think about it. I think it would be fun to like play that in a single stream. I was looking at the playtime for it. It's around 12 hours. If I remember right, Replaced. How long to beat? 8 to 11 hours. Main story is 11 hours. Main story plus side quest is 12 hours and 30 minutes. Completionist is 15 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. I've done the marathons like last week, so like I feel like doing it all in one stream might be too much after having just marathon like 3 games back to back. But I'll think about it and what I want to do, but I do want to play that game. It looks so fucking cool. All right, chat. I'm going to end stream. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to go get my cookie. Don't think I forgot because I didn't. And I'll see you guys later. Thinking about next stream timeline before I end. I think realistically it's gonna be May, probably like May 5th It might be May 5th. Also, there's a Xbox Presents happening. Wait, what is this? A special look at Stranger Than Heaven. Stranger Than Heaven, what is that? That sounds so familiar. Stranger Than Heaven. Is that the new? Oh, that's the new Yakuza game, isn't it? Yes. Okay, I gotta watch that then. I'll probably live stream that too then. On Wednesday, May 6th. So my guess is May 5th for next stream, where I'll play Replaced. And then I'll do a follow-up stream the next day to do a showcase reacting to the new Yakuza like game. May the 5th be with you. Yeah. Unfortunately for May 4th, I'm gonna be helping a friend record some footage for her. Like, basically, she is a singer and she's trying to put together a performance or portfolio of her performances. And so I'm gonna help her by recording her singing and performing. And that's gonna be on May 4th. So I'll be busy May 4th. I won't be able to stream anything. As much as I fuck with Star Wars, I mean, clearly, you know, you can see it in the background. So it'll have to be another time. All right, chat. I'm gonna wrap up. Have a good rest of your day. I hope you had fun checking out Blood of the Dawnwalker with me. Hopefully we get a demo. I really hope we get a demo so we can see more of like what this game is gonna offer before I invest money. But I'll see y'all next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Peace out. See you later.